Welcome to SwillinGrog's wonderful world of beer. Today I'll be looking at Blue Moon Belgian White, 5.4% alcohol by volume, brewed and bottled by Molson Coors in Toronto, Canada. Now, a Blue Moon Belgian White was first introduced in the United States back in 1995. 18 years later, it was introduced here in Australia on the 17th of December 2013. Now, its style is a white ale or Witbier, much like Hoegaarden that I'm sure you're all familiar with. Anyhow, it's definitely a beer that I've been longing to try, so I think without further ado, I'll grab the trusty BB Barfly bottle opener and crack it open. As you can see, it comes in a lovely 12 fluid ounce or 355ml brown bottle, so that's really good to see. Alright, crack off that cap there, there's some nice smoke. And I'll give it a pour into this Pilsner glass. Alright, still has that smoke happening. It's really nice to see. Alright, so giving it a reasonably gentle pour. I'll give it a bit of a swirl because there's a yeast cake at the bottom of the bottle. It's unfiltered, of course. Alright. Oh, saw a lot of particulate matter coming out there. And I can see it there in the appearance. Alright, so as for the appearance, well, it's a very hazy, golden orange colour. It's moderately carbonated and hopefully the camera's picking it up, but there's definitely a lot of particulate matter floating around. As for its head, well, it was an off-white head. I think when I poured it there was just a little under a finger, but now it's dissipated into a fine ring, sadly. Anyway, I think it's time that I moved on to the aroma. Alright, well, you know, picking up a lot of grain there. You know, it's very bready. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of, you know, wheat present there. I'm picking up some orange zest as well. Yeah, and there's a hint of coriander there, although it's really faint. But a very pleasant aroma indeed. Anyway, that must mean that it's time for the taste test, the most important part of the review. So, to you the audience, cheers. Let's dive in. Alright, well, you know, it finishes very crisp. Definitely, you know, tasting that citrus there. I mean, the orange taste is, you know, very predominant. Almost like an orange juice sort of flavour, but, you know, up front, you know, you've got those, you know, bready malts there, you know, that, you know, really strong taste of, you know, malted barley and wheat. And I believe that they also use oats in the grain mix of this brew, but being unfiltered, you know, it's definitely got a very strong, you know, malt presence. It's very malt forward, but, you know, at the same time, you know, you're getting that lovely, you know, taste of, you know, orange and, you know, spice, which, yeah, it's just balanced perfectly. As for the bitterness, well, it's quite minimal. It has a very slight sort of sourness to it, but, you know, unlike Hoegaarden, I think, as far as this one's concerned, it's certainly a lot less tart. I would presume that they likely use some other type of orange than the one that, you know, Hoegaarden or Hitachi. And is there anyone else that, you know, makes this style of beer may use? Because it's got its own distinctive flavour about it. You know, you could probably tell it apart from other, you know, white ales in a blind taste test, I reckon. Anyway, time for another gulp. Well, it's simply delicious, I must say. And it's definitely, you know, holding that taste profile. You know, it's very smooth. I would probably call it medium to full-bodied. Yeah, it's somewhere between medium and full-bodied, but, you know, it's just lovely. I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, a real treat. And I think it's one that, those who wish to, obviously expand their horizons from the world of lagers and pilsners should probably check out. I think it's a good gateway beer. In terms of its drinkability, well, it's of course, very drinkable. You could just gulp this down on a hot summer's day. It's just lovely, with its, orange flavour. And I think, on that note too, that it would probably appeal to a lot of people that actually don't even like, your regular beers. But then again, try to, get them to, check it out. You'd probably find it quite challenging, so perhaps just let them have their, vodka cruises. Alright, so is it one you could session? Well, yeah, to a degree, although I don't think it's as sessionable as, a lager or a pilsner. But, you can have a few of these. Yeah, most definitely. Alright, I think it's time that I wrap this up and gave it a score out of 10. Well, all in all, this is just a superb brew. Definitely well worth, checking out. Another thing I didn't mention was that the price point is excellent. $55 a carton. That is just excellent for, this type of beer. I was really impressed when, I rocked up at First Choice Liquor and, saw that it was that cheap. I was, really pleased. I must, thank the people that, market this brew. They've definitely realised that, you've got to, put these, these beers out there for a reasonable price if, you want people to, check them out. Anyway, well, like I said, Blue Moon Belgian White is just superb. It's almost a mind-blowing experience for me. I'm, extremely impressed with it. What would I give it in terms of a score out of 10? Well, it's certainly better than Hoegaarden, and I'm a big fan of that beer. So I'd probably be happy to give a Blue Moon Belgian White a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah. So there you go, folks. A very good score for Blue Moon Belgian White. Alright, well that does bring us to the end of yet another SwillinGrog beer review. So thanks for joining me. And until next time, folks, take care and fare thee well.